How's it going, guys? I'm Mike Dwyer from the Bunker Recordings and BetterMixes.com, and today I want to bust another audio myth for you. I've been seeing a ton of people say this all over the internet, and it's kind of driving me nuts, so I just wanted to address it. So what's the myth? That when EQing, you should only be cutting and never boosting. To me, that's just crazy. So we're going to do a couple real quick tests here to demonstrate why it doesn't matter if you cut or boost or both or whatever. So we've got a couple guitars going here, and we're sending them to two identical buses. We'll just listen to this one for now. Here's just the raw tone. So just some crunchy guitars. So here we've got our EQ, and we are cutting 6 decibels at about 750 hertz. Now on the duplicate of this bus here, we have another EQ, but this time boosting 6 decibels at about 750 hertz. FabFilter has this handy little auto gain feature here, so it's going to lower the output a little bit to compensate for this boost. And on this one, it's going to raise the output a little bit to compensate for this cut. So now let's just flip back and forth between our track with the EQ boost and the one with the EQ cut and see if we hear any difference. And just as a side note, I know that this EQ move we're doing here doesn't sound super awesome, but it's just for the purpose of comparing boosting versus cutting. So yeah, they sound basically exactly the same. I can't tell the difference between them. And just to prove that, let's put them both in, and I have the phase flipped on this one. So in theory, if they were exactly identical, they would completely cancel out and we wouldn't see any level at all here. But let's see what we have. So as you can see, it almost perfectly cancels out. We've just got a tiny bit of signal down here. And I could probably get it even a little bit closer if I screwed around with these settings a little bit more. But the point is that they sound basically the same. The track with the boosted EQ doesn't sound all screwed up or whatever. So let's look at another example here. So as you can see, I've got something very similar set up. I have a 5 decibel boost here at 1K. And then I tried to kind of recreate that curve using 2 cuts. So again, let's turn those on and see if we can hear a difference. And once again, they sound pretty much identical. Now, I've heard some people say that the reason to cut instead of boosting has to do with the phase response. So I downloaded this program called Plugin Doctor so we can see what's going on phase-wise when we boost and cut. So when we boost, we see our phase shift here, which happens with any EQ move. And then if we cut, we see an exact mirror image of that, which makes sense because we are going the opposite direction. But again, when boosting, it's not doing anything funny or weird. It's doing exactly what you'd expect it to do. So let's say we wanted to do a mid-range boost here. That's what our phase response looks like. And alternatively, if we say, no, we can't do that because we can't boost, so we're going to cut some lows and cut some highs, we have pretty much the exact same phase response. So as you can see, there is nothing wrong with boosting. There's nothing wrong with cutting. You just do what makes sense. For instance, if we had this guitar track and we decided it needed a little extra mid-range, it makes a lot more sense to just boost the area we want instead of going in and cutting some lows and cutting some highs. And then if that was too much, we got to adjust this one and then adjust this one. Oh, and well, it's not quite the frequency I want, so let me bring that up. Oh, well, now that's too much there. That's a lot of work when you can just boost and tweak it exactly how you want it. So I hope this cleared some things up for you. Boost when you want to boost, cut when you want to cut. It's all good. If you guys found this video helpful, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and head on over to BetterMixes.com to grab a free copy of my Ultimate EQ cheat sheet.